thought today I could go over a couple of, well, tricks and exercises that I like to use with my students and for myself as well, to be more comfortable holding the bow. Sometimes we're too loose in the fingers, oftentimes we're too tight in the fingers. So these are some things to find, I think, the most natural and comfortable way to hold the bow so we set ourselves up for success. And we have flexibility, but also the strength that we need to get the job done. So the first thing always to remember is grounding. Everything upstairs is affected by how we operate downstairs. We want really good balance. So I lift both of my legs just straight up and down, thinking from the knee. This is the hip joint here. Your hip sockets are in the front where the leg inserts. So that's very important that we think of our legs as two nice, strong, firm columns of support that also have a bit of give and bounce because our knees and our ankles should not get stiff, right? So we want a little bounce in the knees. And then we're going to add to this the idea of swinging the arm. Swinging the right arm. Okay, so we're also loosening up our shoulder joints. All right, so now we have all of this going, and I'm going to do this with my arm. So my forearm is now parallel to the floor. I can keep jiggling, actually, because sometimes even this will cause stiffness in the joints, like the hips or the knees. Also, I'm sending my arm out of my back. Okay, so I'm not holding up from the shoulder. I've got huge swaths of muscles all in the back, like a big wingspan of a bird, that are supporting the arms. So it's a beautiful amount of musculature that's here to help us. So back to this, you can see my wrist is at rest, and now I'm going to bring my hand up to the level of the rest of my arm, as if I were resting all on one surface. Okay, so it looks like this from the side. Notice I am not drooping through the elbow or anything. This is pretty much a straight-ish line. Okay, so now you can see that when you go, I'm going to come closer for this. From here to here, my index finger and my thumb come closer together. So we're almost in a great position to hold with this ring. We're just going to move here, and we create a ring between the middle finger, which is the core of the whole arm and the hand, and the thumb. Now I am going to take the bow in my left hand and bring it in here. This is one of the most important things I think with students is the placement of the thumb. We have not moved the thumb from the position we just came to, from going from here to here. I'm not turning the thumb in any way. I'm just keeping it there and putting it in this nook. I think that's really important to keep the thumb joint, the base joint knuckle for the thumb is here, to keep that in good working order. So now we have our ring. The index finger simply falls. The ring finger can be more or less on the dot, and then we've got the pinky perched on top. Notice my forearm is parallel to the floor, so this is what I would call a beautiful, neutral bow hold. This is pronation. This is supination. Pronation often gives us a pressed sound, and then the thumb is pushing up against the index finger is pushing down, so we're trying to avoid that, at least at the frog. Now you get out to the tip, things are different. If we can do one more exercise, I would say take the bow now in the left hand and pull with the left hand the bow over the shoulder. And now you can see how much my fingers are moving. They're traveling and following the bow trajectory. And this is as if, right, I've got the wheel on my shoulder and I'm just moving the bow back and forth over the strings. but you can see the placement of my elbow in relation to the rest of my arm. And that gives us a really beautiful trajectory. I am in pronation at the tip, and I come out of pronation as fast as possible here for my nice round donut hole. Notice I've got bumpy knuckles. Every knuckle is a different shape and size. I'm not trying to flatten my knuckles. And I'm trying to stay above the Pernambuco of the bow. Okay, so I think this is a good place to stop for now, but that gives us a nice baseline as to how to toggle back and forth through a neutral bow hold. More to follow.